talk. We'll probably just talk a few minutes about, but I want to talk a little bit about it. I wrote down the fear of having children, but really also want to talk about just a lot to learn, a lot to teach of children. Because, you know, when you have a child, man, there's sure a lot to fucking teach, a lot to do having a child, a lot to look out for, a lot to defend. You know what I mean? Damon's just like, I don't give a shit, I don't plan on having kids.
Yeah.
No kids.
No, I'm kidding. Maybe one eventually, but as everybody says, I want to try to plan it, but we all know how that goes. You never plan the... By the time that ball starts rolling, it's too late.
You know what the best way to plan for not having any kids, Daniel? Abstinence. Or TurboTax.com. From last week's episode. I talked about Turbo. But I forget a few of what exactly the fears were, but I know one of them is just the fact of like the amount of time,
the amount of responsibilities,
the amount of responsibility, exactly.
The fear of, oh shit, I have to grow up because this thing's like on a tickle right behind me now. He's on
it's on a ticker right, it's chasing me down. It's gonna catch up and overrun me here soon. But yeah, I feel you. They're like right behind you. Whenever you have a child, that's the moment you realize, oh shit, I also need to start growing up.
Like you gotta start growing up because they're growing up too. So like by the time they're 4 and 5 and they realize you ain't grown up, you gotta be grown up by then. Like you on a time limit then. Like
you want a time. I love it. I like that saying.
I need a better job, a 401k, a good savings account.
Knock it out of the park. Plus, there's just, you gotta learn a lot to be a human. Not only do you have to learn how to speak, which only who the fuck knows how anyone learns to fucking speak in this world. As a child, you just watch over and over and over as you mimic it, and then you finally mimic it. And then somehow you finally understand by them pointing over and over and over, this is what it is, you know what I mean? So that's just a miracle that people learn to talk. And then you gotta learn things like, your ABCs of a language. You gotta learn your social interactions, kind of like what you gotta do in your own little society, even if it was, back in the day with tribes and shit.
And then you gotta learn numbers, which they go on for forever, so who really gives a shit, but you gotta learn them. Yeah. 1, 2, skip a few, hundreds all you're gonna need to know, but fuck it, they go on forever. Boom.
You gotta make sure nobody kills them. You gotta make sure they don't kill themselves because they don't really know any better yet. And there's just plenty of things out there that can kill them. Like, so you guys are gonna be
like Ray William Johnson.
What?
You know when he throws the baby against the back wall.
But, like, there's just a bunch of crazy shit that can happen to a child. Like, this is a week and a day after, but a crazy hailstorm just came through for like 20 minutes today and woke us the fuck up. That is why we're here recording now in our daylight before we ran out of it, because a hailstorm came through and was like, and we just like, what the goddamn fuck was that? I seriously thought no joke though, I seriously thought a tornado was coming through. I got up and ran through the house like, where the fuck is everybody?
To be honest, I just woke up like, that's some strong ass wind. And we looked at my time and I was like, I guess I'll wake up. But it was crazy though. Then I have this fool walk in and like, yo man, that wake you up too? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I thought that was a tornado.
Yeah, I thought that was... But dude, seriously, I thought it was... But so many things.
Basically how it went back.
So many things that could, like, harm a child. And you gotta protect them. And then, on top of that, like... So that is anxiety ridden, you know what I mean? Like, worrying about... It's a good worry, don't get me wrong, but... Just worrying about your child, if they're safe, what's harming them. Especially once they start getting older and, start being rebellious and start going out on their own.
Yeah, being rebellious.
Moving out with their friend, or like...
And then actually having emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, up until like 8 to 10, you have you are clean slate. You are a clean slate of pure stupid.
That's just me.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
A pure slate of clean stupid. Slogan. Thanks for that, Daniel.
Gotta love the hate for that. But like, they don't really like. They have emotions, but they like ain't like coming to fruition with them. Like, they ain't like knowing who they are. They ain't going through like any like developing stuff. They're just there in school, just happily not doing shit.
Just happily.
That's what I was doing.
I can't.
Just
I
happily trucking
remember
through
that
school.
age.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Like,
just a clean slate of what to.
Like, man, I am getting old, sadly.
Dude, yeah.
And I could realize it. But I've still got the ability to learn, and that is all it takes to keep me young.
You're a whole driving teenager away from being 8. You have to use such a weird analogy for that. You're a driving teenager away. I know, but think somebody just hit 16, gets a license. You strip them of their life to be 8 again. You'll be 7. You'll be close.
Now I'm stripping someone of life to be 8 again.
If
I consume them?
Yeah, no.
To become young?
You recycled them. I just think it's crazy. Like, if you got rid of the driving side of Dylan, you'd be an 8-year-old little. I'm ready.
That's true. I would be, but man, there's gonna be your weird analogies. Maybe we should make that a game. Me throw out weird analogies like that, and to see if you could guess them. Like
pistol whipping, fire breathing.
Pistol whipping, fire. Or I like yours more like you know what I mean? The driving age from retirement plus something else, you know what I mean? Almost
plus
make it like a
drinking age.
Minus the drinking age.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
What is it? What was it? 100 minus the driving age minus the drinking age?
Driving age plus retirement age minus the drinking age.
The fuck is retirement age?
65.
65?
I assume it is, yeah.
65 plus what?
Yeah, okay. Fucking cheater. But like, I like that.
I like that.
Just call it analogies. And like, see, like, but except for in the actual game, you know, I wouldn't tell you. You'd be like, what's that thing? And I'd be like, nope. And I was like, even though it's weird, it's like, you don't know the retirement age, or if you don't know a retirement age for you to use them, you won't even get close. And they'd be like, but it'd be fun to have like a bunch of other people like Zach and Dustin.
Yeah.
And bring them over and basically host it, and you do like a team-based thing to me, and you can switch out hosting every now and then.
We have to plan that out because that'd be hard.
Of course,
that'd be
hard.
It's
not like it's gonna be here. It's not like it's gonna be here on the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the host's job because none of the guests can know, so only the host can do it. And that's why we'd switch out. You know what I mean? Give us 2 weeks to work on analogies, or if it was like once a month, you know what I mean? We'd switch out every month, so it'd give you 2 months to work on writing out a show, and then it'd give me 2 months to write down a show and stuff. And then whoever's the guest, like either Zach or Dustin or any of our other friends, you know, like David, our other brother, like they would just be like, oh, okay, well, tell me what they'd show up. I'll come and play the game. And then we'll spend a month working on it and stuff, and then they'll watch it and be like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah. And then later, it sits there, one view, stagnant. 4 months.
I would love to make it. I'd love to start making a game show. We've been talking.
That's all
we've
that matters,
been talking
anyways.
about that, throwing around that idea, but you know, we may get there, we may not. Oh well. But fear of children, we obviously have brambled so far off the topic of that. Segue, get back in here. We're just moving on.
I don't even know what we need.
So we're going to Where's the Fair Use